Mikhail Tal sacrificed many pieces in his life, but this game was truly dazzling. He plays knight to c6. I know you're going to say that's not a queen sacrifice. I'm building it up. You don't just go to the movie theater and then get the, main plot. Bishop to e3, develops his bishop, and then plays rook to e8. All his pieces have been activated, but white plays this move, knight to g5. Removing the knight out of danger, and here bishop d5 check is coming with the idea to jump in with the knight, and you can't deal with these pieces. Now here, any human being with a tolerance of risk will play the move h6 and try to play king to h7 when the knight is removed. But Mikhail Tal, and feel free to pause the video if you'd like to think like he did, decided, nah, rook takes bishop. You're going to say, Levy, that's a sacrifice of a rook. And I'm going to say, no, please be patient. Bishop to d5 check, king h8. Remember this? Yeah, he just took it. He just took it. Now, on the surface, this might look like a typical 1000 ELO game on your favorite chess website. Just a player who accidentally forgot that their queen was protected by the knight was protected by the bishop. But this is not the case because now we get rook to d3, and we have bishop takes d4 check and king g2. So Tal has sacrificed his queen for a knight and a bishop. If you notice, both players have rooks and both players have a light squared bishop. So Tal has a bishop, knight, and a pawn for a queen. So he's down 2 points of material. However, he has something known as compensation. And in this case, it's more long-term. He plays knight to e5. And look at his pieces. The just fundamental understanding that you don't need the royalty on the board. That this bishop is a target for this knight going back. All the pieces defend each other and are coordinated super well. And at the end of the day, these subtle moves toward the king are going to be the difference maker. White played rook to d1, hoping for a trade of rooks, very logical, but rook to e3, avoiding that trade, queen to f1. And now Tal begins his attack. Now, computer later on ends up showing a absolutely wild sequence of moves where black can basically walk the king out to h4 and beg for survival. But we're also talking about the year 1961. So, this wasn't available back then. Not that they would use it during the games, but probably just, well, frankly, it's kind of difficult to bring your king out here and actually believe in your position. So Roman played the move queen to f1, and now we got bishop to e4 check, king to h3, and rook f3. The subtle shuffling of this rook to constantly attack the queen and attack the other pieces. And you'll notice that if the queen sacrifices itself, I'm just going to protect my bishop, and this endgame will be winning. And that's why I actually selected this game, because after queen to e2, bishop f5 check, Albero resigns, because if king goes back to g2, rook f2 takes, and at the end of it I take this, and I have knight and bishop and one pawn for a rook. It's pretty funny that he resigned in such a position, because material is actually more or less like close to balance, but he just didn't want any more part of Tal.